guys, Christina Garibaldi with Us Weekly Entertainment Director Ian Drew, and it is the 10-year anniversary of The Hills.
I'm
so excited.
Oh my God, the amount of grays I can count since I started here. I lived through that show here.
Me too.
Because I remember when it started. I remember when we had them. We were constantly covering them in the magazine in the beginning, and we still are. Lauren Conrad is still doing entertainment packages for us now.
I know, it's
and
amazing.
She's on our cover.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it really launched the careers of this group of people. And we've followed them. We followed Audrina's wedding and Whitney's wedding.
Kristen's wedding.
Yes, all of them.
Yeah, all of them. So it was really cool that we sat down with the cast of The Hills, and they kind of gave us an oral history of what happened, and there was definitely some highlights from this.
Yes, and it was one of those things that we haven't done too often here, but it was such a compelling read.
Right.
I mean, when we were getting all the interviews in and putting it together, it was like, oh my God. One of them being Kristen talking about how there was even a lawsuit involved because the producers tried to coax the other girls into talking about her doing drugs, and she was like, hey, I wasn't doing drugs. They kind of threw that on her on the show.
Yep.
And it also lifted the veil off the show, which we know it wasn't real.
Sorry, spoiler alert.
It was scripted. It wasn't entirely real. They tried to have some real conversation about the situations, but much like all the current reality shows now, they talked a lot about how producers set things up.
Right, and a lot of the relationships weren't necessarily real on the show either. Kristen actually did date Brody before or right after Laguna Beach, but she never really was dating him on the show. Same with Justin Bobby, who was one of my favorite characters of all time.
Yes. Yeah, and Audrina and Justin, they sort of dated in the beginning, but then it just became a work thing. And it sort of became that way for everyone. Also interesting, Lauren Conrad kind of copped to some feelings towards Spencer.
Yeah.
I was going to say Spidey.
I was going to say Spidey,
I'm so used to linking them together. But really interesting was how they sprung Kristen on Lauren on the show. They basically ambushed her at the wedding.
And they hid them in 2 separate rooms for like hours, so they didn't see each other at the wedding.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yeah. There were just these great interviews with everybody. So, I mean, hopefully we'll have the unreleased Hills retrospective oral history.
Definitely. We could write a book.
Yeah.
Good idea. All right, Ian, thank you so much, as always. And for much more on The Hills, make sure to keep it right here at usmagazine.com.